Hello friends, welcome to Lexplore. In this video, we'll be talking about the CLAT exam, its structure and syllabus. And under CLAT exam, there is a section of legal aptitude. So what is the important structure and syllabus of that particular section for CLAT exam? So let's get started. First is the structure of CLAT exam. Now, you must be knowing that CLAT stands for Common Law Admission Test. It's a national level exam for entrance in the premier national law universities all across India. Apart from the national law universities, there are other private colleges as well which take in consideration the scores of CLAT exam. So what is the structure? So CLAT exam consists of 200 questions, which is in form of MCQs, and you will be getting 2 hours to solve the exam. The maximum marks which you can obtain is 200, 1 mark for each question. There is a negative marking as well of 0.25 for each wrong answer. So this negative marking will be deducted from whatever positive scores you have made for the correct question. Let us now talk about the marks distribution, because CLAT exam consists of various areas which is being asked. First is the English including comprehension, which is of 40 marks. Second is the GK, general knowledge and current affairs, which is of 50 marks. Elementary mathematics, that is numerical ability, have 20 marks. Fourth is the legal aptitude, which is of 50 marks, and fifth is the logical reasoning, which is of 40 marks. Now let us know as to what is included in all these subject areas. So we'll start with the English. So English includes comprehension. This section will be of 40 marks. In this section, the candidate's proficiency in English will be tested, which will be inclusive of grammar and passage. So in under passages, you will be given questions having long comprehension passages, and you will be asked to find out the central theme of that passage or meaning of some words which were used in those passages. Third is the grammar. Now, grammar includes correction of incorrect grammatical sentences, filling of blank in sentences with appropriate words, etc. Second is general knowledge and current affairs. Now, it tests the general awareness, including static general knowledge. So, static general knowledge, like who's the first president of India, who's the second president of India, like also have current affairs. So, the national and international current affairs is also included. So whatever competitions like sports competitions, Olympics, games, who is winning, who is losing, you have to be aware of to score in this particular area. Third is mathematics. Under CLAT exam, elementary mathematics will be asked. So maths taught up to 10th standard will only be asked, and this consists of only 20 marks. Fourth is the logical reasoning. I have left the legal aptitude section, which I will be covering after this slide. So logical reasoning will be of 40 marks. In this section, you will be asked to solve various logical questions like syllogisms, logical sequences, analogies, and you will be asked to find the most appropriate answers. So this is all about the 4 sections, and the fifth one, which is the most important according to me, which I'll be telling you also as to why it is more important, is the legal apt. This consists of 50 marks. The objective is to test the candidate interest over study of law. Now, why it is important? See, first, it is of 25% of the total marks. So out of 200 marks, 50 marks stake is because of legal aptitude. And it is also important because if there is a tie in the total marks, then the score of legal aptitude will be the deciding factor for the higher rank. Now, to get a better understanding, let us understand with this table. Suppose here Mr. Y and X, who got 153 marks out of 200. Now they are both are on the same footing, but you see here the legal aptitude marks of Y is greater than the X by only 1 mark. So Y stood first and X stood as second, and Z, because the total marks was less, so so Z is below Y and X. So this is how legal aptitude marks is very important. You can see here that the difference of 1 mark is making a lot of difference. Now, kinds of questions in legal aptitude section of CLAT. See, there are various kind of questions which is being asked in the legal aptitude. Legal aptitude is very new and very different to what we study normally. So I have covered legal aptitude very specifically. First is the legal GK. Now, legal GK is different from a normal GK. To illustrate, so this is a question which I have picked CLAT exam of 2016. So this question reads as: the Supreme Court of India has struck down the Constitution 99th Amendment Act 2014 as unconstitutional because it is related to. So you'll be given four options, like here: land exchange between India and Bangladesh, National Judicial Appointment Commission, religious rights, Jallikattu. So if you are in a habit of reading newspapers, standard newspapers like Times of India or The Hindu, then you must have come across this particular constitution amendment. Now this amendment is related to law. Because it is related to constitution, it is law. So this is a legal GK. This is not a normal GK, it is specifically legal GK. So the correct answer is the National Judicial Appointment Commission. The BJP government brought this amendment particularly so that the judicial appointment, like the appointment in the High Court and Supreme Court, can be regularized in a particular fashion. So the Supreme Court has struck it down. So the correct answer is second one here. So this is only one question related to legal GK, which a kind of question which is being asked in the legal app. The second is the direct questions related to basic legal concepts. Now it is important here to note that basic legal concepts. So not legal concepts in full, but basic. One question from the CLAT 2016 exam: the object of which one of the following writs is to prevent a person to hold public office which he is not legally entitled to hold. So following writs prevent a person to hold public office. Now the options are mandamus, quo warranto, certiorari, and prohibition. So this is a question related to constitutional law, wherein you are asked to find out writs as to which the constitutional court directs to particular authority to prevent a person to hold public office which he is not legally entitled to hold. So the correct answer is the prohibition here. Prohibition, I'll be covering it in detail, the writs part, in my constitution lecture, which will be coming in future. Third is the legal terminology based. You see, like in Hindi, many terms are being derived from Sanskrit. So our legal language, many terms are brought from Latin terms or Roman terms. Now this question is from the CLAT 2016. Question reads as: Audi ultram partem means not connected to facts. Following the substantive law, a transferee cannot retransfer, giving opportunity of hearing of the other side. So Audi ultram partem is a principle. So this term is a legal term, a Latin term. So if you don't know about this term, you'll not be able to solve this question. So this is a direct question related to legal terminology. The correct answer to this is the fourth one, that is giving opportunity of hearing to the other side. Because you cannot pass an order by only hearing one side, you have to give an opportunity to the other side as well, so that he can present his case from his side. Fourth is the principal fact based questions. Now this is the most important kind of questions which is being asked, and I believe the most number of questions is being asked under this kind. Principle is the law which is being provided in the question, and fact is a hypothetical situation which is being told. Now let us try to solve this question. Principle reads as: law does not penalize for wrongs which are of trivial nature. Now trivial means which is not that substantive, very minute kind of nature. Facts: in the course of a discussion, A threw a file of papers at the table which touched the hands of B. Now here what A is doing, A is throwing a file of papers at the table which touched the hands of B. So here the paper is being thrown by A to B. So what are the options? A is liable for insulting B. A is not liable for his act as it was of trivial nature. A is liable for his act as the file touched B hand. A is liable for his act as it assaulted B. In these kind of questions, you have to take care that you have to interpret the facts in light of the principle given. You have to act within the four corners of this principle. So the principle says that law does not penalize for trivial nature acts. Now here papers is being thrown to B, which touches the hands of B. Papers, okay. So papers does not harm anyone. Here the answer will be second. That is, A is not liable for his act and it was of trivial nature. Now we got to know as to what exactly are the kinds of question which will be asked in the legal aptitude. Now, what is the syllabus for CLAT exam under legal aptitude? First is the introduction to basic concepts of legal aptitude. Second is the law of torts. Torts is the branch of law. It includes nuisance, trespass, strict and absolute liability, vicarious liability, damage, concept. Third is the contract law basics. So basics, you need not suppose you are not supposed to, you are just only supposed to know the basics of this contract law, which includes of the understanding of the concepts of contract law, consideration, the kinds of contract law, and liabilities attached. Fourth is the criminal law basics. It includes the basic understanding, stages of crime, kinds of crime, and defenses available in criminal law. Fifth is the constitutional law, which includes the structure, preamble, fundamental rights, kinds of government, writ. Sixth is the procedural law. What are the procedure rules and regulations for applying the substantive law, that is the main laws like constitutional law, these laws. Seventh is the property law, like the property, land and buildings law related to land and buildings. Eighth is the family law basics, like the family in relation to Hindu law is very different to that of Muslim law. Ninth is the intellectual property rights law, IPR law. So these are trademarks. So what is trademark, what is patents, like that. 10th is the company law basics, like what is the difference between private limited company and a public limited company, LLP. What is 11th is the legal maxims, like one was the audi alteram partem, which I have already covered. So like that there are other legal maxims also which you may get a direct question, like the audi alteram partem, which we got in 2016. 12th is the legal GK, for which all the new developments which is coming up in the legal fraternity you must be aware of. So this is the syllabus. This is all the syllabus for the legal aptitude section which you are supposed to cover. However, you should know only the basics and you have to understand. You don't have to memorize, because there you will be given 4 options and you have to choose the most appropriate one. So you need not to memorize in theory all. You have to understand what is the concept. Thank you for a patient listening. If you like the video, please do share and subscribe. And if you have any query or suggestion, please write on the comment below. I'll be waiting for that. Thank you.